Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing something totally different. We are finally starting the Ryan's EcoBoost Mustang build project. Finally. Now, he's a big V is for Bill. He likes those channels, so he likes like rebuilding crash stuff. Unfortunately, this Mustang isn't crashed, so we're not.
Get a GT to be rebuilt. Yes.
Yeah, hopefully. After he shot down my idea of getting a GT before. Everybody shoots down my ideas of getting cars.
I really want one. I definitely want one.
So let's do it. Manual, ask me stick.
Yes, we will.
But yeah, so the reason why I was on Ryan every day to getting this to getting this car in the video and the vlog is because I feel like it's a very popular car, the Mustang. Everyone sees Mustangs. This car comes stock with, well, stock Mustang brakes, and they do pretty good, except for...
Oh shit. Oh. Did you record that?
So yeah, so before we do any type of power, aesthetics, anything, we're gonna upgrade the brakes. So that's what we're doing today. That's why I brought you guys here. This is gonna be a whole build process. We're gonna see how this car looks right now. It's 100% stock. And you know, Ryan's gonna take his time with it. This is your first type of build. He's already done the quad exhaust tips.
Yeah, which I'm gonna change out.
Which he is gonna, I like him. It's just that the second tip sticks out a little bit, but that's about it. Yeah, so EcoBoost has a 2.3 liter 4-cylinder turbocharged. And if many of you guys know, Mustangs has not been turbocharged since like the Fox body design. So it's not new. Everyone talks about, oh, turbocharged 4-cylinder, blah, blah. It's not new. Mustang and Ford has been done this. They just brought it back out, I'm assuming. I don't know any more about that. That's all I pretty much know. But we're gonna just get into it. He's jacking up the car right now. Leave a comment or a like if you guys wanna see more EcoBoost stuff. You guys definitely will, but just, hey, leave a comment and like anyway. This is gonna be as tutorial-ish as I can get. Okay, so first step is to...
I'm pretty sure.
Take off the wheel?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's jack up the car. Give you a little backstory about Ryan and his lovely Mustang endeavors. Now this is the third 2015? This is like the third 2015.
No, I had one 2016.
Oh, he had one 2016, which was blue. What color blue was that? It was a nice blue. It wasn't lightning blue, it was like a blue that's discontinued. It was a beautiful car. That was the first Mustang he had. It lasted 3 months before a Ford truck took him out. Irony of that. Second Mustang was a red one. It looked like a freaking drug dealer mobile.
What?
It was red with black wheels, black roof. That was a V6. So the first one was the EcoBoost, second one was a V6. That one, I forgot how that one went out. I'm pretty sure it was another Blaze of Glory story. That one got hit in the front. That one got hit in the front. Now he has the white one. So he had a red, white, and he had a blue, red, and now this is the white one. So this guy is America for real, patriotic. This is his third attempt at living that Mustang life. Hard life out here, hard life for Mustang. That's why the first mod of these brakes. We put a stand under it. This one's up the ground. All right, yeah, you can lower it. All right. We have the wheels off of the car. I've went to this side of the road because it is brighter, in fact. So, you know, if anybody knows, the GoPro is not the best in low light situation. So we're gonna get on with it. You see right here, this is the brake caliper. These are the pads, and that's the rotors. So essentially what has to come on first is the caliper, of course. If you look on the side right here, we're gonna try the flathead method. The flathead method is obviously take a flathead screwdriver and you push against, or you pull against the rotor. It might take some chunks away. We're gonna replace these brake pads anyway. So you can go ahead and do that. Wait till the pistons are pushed back. Now these are 2 pistons, so try to do it as evenly as possible. And if you have C-clamps, which we both forgot C-clamps at our house, just use C-clamps. So if you have that, use that. So there's 2 bolts right here. I think it's the 14s, right? should be 14.5 inches. We'll put it down here what it really is. Carrier bolts, and then the rotor will come off with no bolt. Now some cars have a little screw on the rotor that always tends to either strip or break off, corrode, whatever the case may be. This car does not have it. It's just held on by the carrier. So yeah, it should be pretty straightforward. If you guys are just changing the brakes alone, you only really need what? The bottom. Take off the bottom, flip it up, change the brakes, and push it back down. However, we're gonna be changing the rotors too, which will require everything to come off.
So which means this top bolt and this bottom bolt right here.
Exactly. If you look, yeah, these rotors are pretty chewed up. Right here. Oh man, look. See, this DIY content is provided by Ryan, because y'all seen a lot of my other videos, and y'all know that I suck at DIY.
So right here, this bottom one as well.
Ryan watches too much.
Let me actually put this one so we can have some space.
Ryan spends too much time on CJ Pony Parts, AmericanMuscle.com, Roush, which is highly expensive.
So just like that. Now we got our 2 bolts off.
Damn. Now these are not the performance pack with brakes.
Nope, these are the regular ones.
You had the performance pack last time, which were 4 piston.
Yes.
Floatings, 2 piston, but they stop pretty good. Now, if we take a look, we gotta take a look at the pads. They aren't bad, however,
they've ran their course in my eyes.
Yeah, they dust a lot. They don't give him the braking performance that he likes, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
So we're using a 15mm wrench to take off the, oh yeah, snug. Now this one will be on a heck of a lot firm. So we're gonna cheat. Yeah, you just hold the wheel right there. We're gonna put on the cheater bar and push down. All right, hold on, let me do the top. Now the longer bar gives you leverage. And don't damage the paint, it's not worth it. Nope. All right, see how easy that came off with one hand? And now we're ready just to loosen. So to unfreeze the rotor, you just hit it. You probably gonna need some metal. Let me see. Let me see the baby hammer.
Got it.
Got it. If you have a lot of free time or whatever the case may be, give it a run. Clean it up with the wire brush and just throw some anti-seize on it. Since we are back here, I'm gonna show you guys something maybe interesting, maybe something you guys didn't know. If you guys were wondering why these have teeth like that, and if you look on the inside, you can see there is a sensor right here. Now that is a wheel speed sensor. It senses the speed of the wheel. It works with your ABS unit, it works with a bunch of different things. So before you guys go around here hammering, you know, you kind of don't know exactly what a lot of things are, just know that be careful, because you do have a plastic sensor down there, and you don't want to damage any of the teeth, because that will interfere with your traction control, stability control, or whatever the case may be. Just a quick tip, maybe something you guys didn't know. Now on to the brake. They are drilled and slotted.
Yes, they are.
Okay, now I'll be 100% honest with you. You know, these cars really don't get raced on racetracks. You know, in my opinion, I think the drill is a little bit of a gimmick, but a lot of people notice performance gains, so I guess it could be a placebo thing, but that's just where I stand on it. Ryan is a fan of the drilled and slotted, so you know, different folks for different strokes, or different strokes for different folks, or same folks, whatever the case may be. I don't know. I don't know how much I can stress this. Comment below. Tell us what you guys want to see. Obviously, it's Ryan's choice at the end of the day. It's not even my choice, so it doesn't matter what you guys want to see. It doesn't matter what I want to see. It's what Ryan wants to see. But we can kind of coerce him into talking him into doing things like big giant turbo and flames coming out the hood, right?
Yeah, that'll be his thing.
I know. But yeah, it's all up to what he likes, guys. But comment, leave a comment. You know, let us know what you guys think of the car. We're definitely going to be doing tons of things with it. We're trying to line up the caliper carrier onto...
So the same screws, you want to put that on.
Just for you guys that don't know, this is thread locker. It keeps the threads locked. So anything else on there, it would slip out. The reason they put thread locker is to hold it a little bit. And that thread locker is already used. I don't think you would need any more, but if you guys feel safe and comfortable, go ahead and grab some blue thread locker. That's the medium grade or low grade. Do not put red permanent, because you'll have a hell of a time getting it off. You can see we got the calipers pushed back. And always just be mindful of the seals, guys. You don't want the seals to be, you know, pinched and caught in the way.
All right.
Now what I like to do is, especially when you put new clips on, I like to grease up this area too. But you could just put it on the end of the pad, you know what I mean? End of the pads, grease them up, just so it helps with, you know, sliding. if you guys can see, hold on, you guys can see this is the outer brake pad, this is the inner brake pad. You'd always be able to tell the inner brake pad on the floating calipers because the two holes right here, little markings, come from the pistons. You see? So the inner brake pad will always have a brake wear sensor on it, which will squeal or grind depending on how bad it is when your brakes need replacing. Now, these brakes aren't all the way down. The reason why I'm showing you guys this is because when you are putting the brake pads on, you can tell they are identical. However, this just has this one notch, and the brake pads that have this tab right here go on the inside of the wheel or of the whatever car. Now you have that perfectly lubed up. That does not have a tab on it, so we're gonna go ahead and throw that on the outside, correct?
Yes.
And what we're gonna do now is just put the caliper back on and bolt it up, and we should be ready to go. So right now we are muscling the, wow, you stole the top.
Yeah, I did.
All right, so the bottom goes on right here underneath. Oh, you gotta line it up.
Yeah.
Now I guess we gotta do things right in typical slow speed fashion. Thumbnail time. You wanna get down there for a thumbnail, bruh?
No.
Come on, man, come on. Oh, that's perfect right there. Just look like that, look like that. Thumbnail time. Bam. You're gonna go ahead and put the wheel back on this side. Really the front driver's side sticker on it just because it doesn't really matter. Do the other side, then we're gonna move on to the backs. I'm gonna skip the other side because it's the same way. Now we're in the rear, and if you take a look at it, we have the two 14mm bolts right here, top and bottom, to take off the caliper. The caliper carrier should be the 215s, same as the fronts. And this rotor is obviously a little bit thinner and smaller. However, the tricky part about the rear is winding back the parking brake. So I'll go ahead and take everything off. Like I said, we're gonna take off this, pull this all the way back, take off the caliper carrier. Now, obviously, have your emergency brake release when you're working on the back brakes. It's gonna make it so much easier. This would not be able to free the rotor or the caliper carrier, whatever you call it, without that being released. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that off. A little bit bigger. This one got eaten out. This back brake pad was a little screwed up. Hold on, it's one twist. Yeah, straight back.
You do it.
Use my muscles, you know.
There you go.
Down there. You can turn that one off.
Now I got OD brakes.
Never. What wheel got? Oh.
Hold up.
Pass me the bolts. Mint the nuts. You got them?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna show you guys the passenger side because we already covered the driver's side, front and rear. So we're gonna go ahead and bust out the passenger side. Next time you see me, we're gonna be on to breaking these things in. Hopefully get a bite to eat, depending on if Ryan's hungry. Well, I'm hungry, so it doesn't matter. It's up, the car is done, and we will begin the break-in procedure now. So what you guys can expect from this is about, with 2 people doing it, I'd say it take about, I don't know, maybe an hour, a little more than an hour. The reason why it took a long time for us is because, well, 1, we're filming, and 2, we always run into an issue where we don't have all the right tools. So if we have all the right tools, it should take you a little bit less time than it took us. And if you're not filming, which I don't know if you are, hey, you are. But yeah, so if you take a look at it, car's dirty, don't worry about that. But the brakes and the rotors are on. We torqued down the wheels, 150 foot-pounds. Ryan torqued it down. He said that's the proper amount for this car. So hey, I believe him. He has to drive in it and live. So hey, that's him. So yeah. So now we're gonna do the break-in procedure, which consists of a couple of things. I will let you know when we get in the car. So on the back of the box, bottom of the box, top of the box, who knows where, but they have the break-in procedures. Just gonna read it for you guys for 1 second. 5 aggressive decelerations from 40 mile an hour to 10 mile an hour. We have 5 moderate from 35 to 5, and then we're gonna drive around and let the brakes cool down. So typically when you're letting the brakes cool down, the goal is to not use them. So we're gonna find a spot where you don't have to use the brakes. This is the cooling stage, you know, allow the heated resin and the brake pads to cool.